Top 5 anime fights. There are many reasons why anime people continue to watch anime since they were children. Some stay for the story, some stay for romance, some for comedy. But the most popular reason are the battles we see in the shows we watch, which is the main reason why shonen anime are the most popular of all genres. What separates the good from the great fights in anime are a couple things, like the build-up for the fight, the spectacular animation, the meaning behind the fight. We, as viewers, get attached to the characters because of their demeanor, ideology, the firm stance of their beliefs and goals. However, some characters only get the spotlight when it's their time to knuckle up. In today's video, we will talk about the anime fights that impacted us in a way that made us respect the anime and the writers of the story even more. Number 1. Naruto vs Sasuke in the Final Valley Part 1 Naruto. The long-awaited climax of the spectacular Sasuke's retrieval arc gets the number 1 spot for many reasons. The Hidden Leaf Village decided to dedicate this mission to 5 genins with limited experience to rescue Sasuke from Orochimaru's henchmen. The team consisted of Shikamaru as the captain, Naruto, Neji, Choji, and Kiba. Each battle between them delivered, and gave us some of the most entertaining and emotional scenes in the entire show. However, none of them come close to what the final fight of the arc had to offer. It was a long-awaited fight between 2 characters the audience had a lot of love for. They are the 2 most popular characters in the show. In this battle, we got to see the full extent of their powers when they were children. We got to see them go beyond their limits and unlock some badass transformations that are forever implanted in our minds. Everything from the atmosphere, animation, choreography, silence during the fight, emotional exchange of words. It is, in my opinion, the single greatest fight I have ever seen in an anime. Number 2. Emiya and Rider vs Corrupted Saber. If you're looking for a flashy, over-the-top, magical sword clashing fight, then look no further than this. Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel movies, regardless of how underrated the movies are, gave us the highest level of animation a studio can give. Big props to Ufotable for animating the masterpiece that is the Fate series. Everything from Fate Zero to Heaven's Feel movies is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. After Saber became corrupted and abandoned her original master, Shiro Emiya, she became the biggest obstacle for the main character to win the Holy Grail and stop the war. Due to his lack of power, he gained a new ally by the name of Rider, and together with their combined powers they confronted Saber. After a couple minutes of god-tier animation, Rider's mystic eyes, Shiro's raw eyes, and they were finally able to pin down Saber and give the finishing blow, freeing Saber from the evil manipulation and getting one step closer to victory. Number 3. Ippo vs Sendo The Rematch. Probably the most underrated show in the list. The visuals, animation, and art style is not the best, but the determination in the fighter's eyes was never higher. After the first fight, Sendo decided to train and work even harder. He was definitely the toughest opponent Ippo ever had in the show. In the second fight, right from the first bell ring, Ippo jumped in and annihilated Sendo with his signature move, Dempsey Roll. However, that was not enough to keep Sendo down. In fact, that was only the beginning. After countless punches from Ippo, Sendo responds with a forward charge, stopping the Dempsey Roll and giving him a bloody nose. What followed that was an in-boxer slugfest, exchanging blows. It came down to who wanted it more. Honestly, this is the most exhilarating fight in the entire list. Both fighters are giving their all to determine who will become the next featherweight champion of Japan. They were like Naruto and Sasuke before Naruto and Sasuke existed. Number 4. Kurotsuchi Mayuri vs Zayelaporo. In number 4, I would like to have a different approach to what a fantastic fight looks like. It is not the flashiest or the craziest, however, it is the most intelligent. Both Mayuri and Zayel are scientists but with different goals in science. In the beginning, it looked like Zayel had the upper hand. He crushed all of Mayuri's organs, but Mayuri, the crazy genius scientist that he is, created replicas of his organs before the fight, which is kinda crazy, like how do you even do that? He counterattacks with his Bankai. It looked like the attack worked, but Zael had another trick up his sleeve. He managed to reform himself anew from the body of Mayuri's assistant, Nemu. After more bragging that he is the perfect being, something begins to happen in his body, or should I say mind. While he was in Nemu's body, he got exposed to one of Mayuri's potions that he deliberately implanted in his assistant in a case that someone takes over her body. It was called the Superhuman Potion, which prolongs a person's sense of time. It increases the rate of which the brain functions, and after a couple seconds, when the poison starts to work to its full effect, 1 second is like 100 years to the victim. Zael was able to think normally, however in his eyes, everything was very, very, very slow. Mayuri thrusted his sword into his heart and left. But to Zael, it took thousands and thousands of years for that sword to reach it. Right before the sword reached his heart, he was begging to die. He couldn't endure the suffering anymore. That was the most insane way to kill somebody. Number 5. Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Killer, and Law versus Big Mom and Kaido. I don't care. This is the best shit we've seen in One Piece, hands down. Before this fight started, I would have picked Luffy versus Lucci, but this surpassed everything. The visuals, the animation, the anticipation, oh my god. We were waiting for this moment since Punk Hazard. That's like 500 episodes, almost 10 years. I remember I came up to date with One Piece in 2014 when Dressrosa started, and I was watching every single episode weekly since then. It's been over 8-9 years, just years of dragged episodes, running, zooming in faces, nothing happening. Now finally, the moment of truth is here, and so far, it hasn't disappointed. For those who know, they know. For those who don't know, watch One Piece. And that's it for the top 5 greatest anime fights of all time. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. There are many other fights that I was thinking of adding, but it is what it is. I thought about adding Sasuke versus Itachi, but if I add more Naruto fights, I might as well make this video all top 5 Naruto fights, cause they got the best ones. I'll see you next time.